What's good? What's good, everybody? Wigmade 912 back in y'all area. Well, goddamn, boy, we ain't talking about the drama and nobody wants to be here. So should I reset the goddamn live and goddamn go roast some of these niggas? Cause all the people that tell me, hey, let's talk about something else, none of them people show up when we just do regular stories. But we gonna do our story anyway. What's good, Duran Walker? What's good, Marty Ma? It's Marty Ma. What's good, Duran B? Salute Unity. Salute 40 the Splitter. Steady grinding. Hey, you get to see who really rocks with you. All right, let's do this. So first story we gonna get into, man. I would start with the Y&W Melly story, but there's a lot that's gonna go into that. So I think we're gonna get into that at the end. We're gonna get into that at the end because it's a lot going on with this Y&W Melly trial. But right now, man, we gonna focus on what's going on with a lot of these rappers, man. It's some shit. But these rappers got something going on right now. Qando, Rondo, Kodak Black, Young Thug. Cause y'all know we've been covering the Young Thug trial and everything, and we've been talking about who gonna be snitching on Young Thug and all that. And it turns out that Young Thug might have, gave us some information on himself. Turn out the man might be lying on himself. Hold up, y'all. So, let's start right here. Y'all. Let me take down my icon or whatever. Let's start right here. Not on the Y&W Melly trial. But let's start with we got Kodak, we got Rondo, let's start with Young Thug. Of course, now Young Thug, something been going on with him, man. This nigga in here making rap albums and shit. And I guess it's the trend now that you go to prison, it don't matter how much time you facing, what kind of RICO you facing, you still can drop a rap album. Yeah, you still can drop a rap album. So as y'all know, Young Thug done dropped the rap. He's dropping the album. His sales ain't up like they supposed to. But that ain't the only news that's been out here about Young Thug. There's been some snitch allegations out here on Young Thug. Yes, sir. Some snitch allegations. So now don't nobody break down that snitch allegation shit like what's his name? 1090 Jake. So real quick, I'm gonna break down 1090 Jake video. Well, I'm gonna share it. I ain't gonna say break down. He did enough of to break it down, but let's share this and I'm gonna kind of react to what 1090 Jake did his due diligence on actually finding his paperwork and actually explaining it. And I'll give my reaction to it also. So fair use, man. Salute to 1090 Jake.
Everybody, welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, and I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're gonna be speaking on Young Thug being accused of snitching. Within the battlefield of Atlanta's Superior Court, back-to-back bombs have dropped, exposing members of YSL for snitching. Gunna responded in his new song, saying he was tricked by his own lawyer and the DA. An audio released by DJ Academics would reveal Young Thug dissed Gunna while speaking with Dirk, and now the king of YSL himself has allegedly stepped on a mine as a piece of his past sent shockwaves through the internet. Young Thug's own lawyer, Brian Steele, would file a motion to keep the prosecution from using a witness, specifically a man named Detective Quinn. The motion would state Detective Quinn wrongfully believes he met with Young Thug in the back of his police car concerning a murder. The motion would further state Young Thug gave information on the murder case. The very thought of Young Thug, who's been portrayed as an Atlanta gang lord using members of YSL to commit murder, who's been named as the 5-star general of sex, money, murder by a gang detective in the YNW Melly trial, the thought that Young Thug himself may have possibly snitched in a murder case has left fans speechless. Thug's lawyer would state the detective wrongfully believes and may wrongfully state Thug was in the back of his police car and gave information.
So what they saying is, not like recently, but they're saying back in the days that they might have questioned Thug and he might have gave them information about a murder. Now y'all know this is a big no-no, not King Slime. Not King Slime.
In the murder. The lawyer would claim this is untrue, and because the evidence is not accurate, goes against Thug's character, and is irrelevant in the trial, the evidence must be excluded. But the most suspicious line in the entire motion is not the accusation, it's the last sentence. Supposedly, Young Thug was a very young man at the time of this supposed interaction with law enforcement. If Thug's lawyer is alleging it never happened, why would he mention Thug's age at the time of the incident to the judge?
Now that's a good question. If it never happened, why would you be trying to say, well, he was a young man back then? Nah. He wasn't no young man back then. He kept thugging, right? Did he ever tell somebody that he told on somebody?
As if his young age would excuse what happened. That last sentence only makes me think there could be more to the story, and obviously with Young Thug's reputation, it's vital for the lawyer to keep that information from making its way to the public. Looking into Young Thug's criminal past, his earliest arrest dates back to 2008 when he broke into a Jeep by breaking a window. But I was unable to find a case of thugs in which Detective Quinn was listed as one of the officers involved. A Google search of Detective Quinn, Atlanta homicide, would...
Recordings just got better.
Now what he's saying is, well, I'm gonna let him say it and break it down. Yeah, they got that dude on video. They got him on video.
The retired homicide detective who could be seen on First 48 and now hosts a true crime TV show titled Atlanta Homicide. Retiring from law enforcement in 2015, this was one of Atlanta's highest decorated detectives who was directly responsible for the investigation that resulted in Atlanta's first successful gang prosecution. If this is in fact the same detective prosecutors are attempting to bring forth as a witness in the YSL case, it's undeniable his name, along with his reputation and testimony, will hold weight. But what's the purpose? While many were quick to assume Thug snitched, there isn't one detail given as to what he allegedly said to the detective. Unless we're assuming the lawyer wants it hidden because Thug gave up vital information, the lawyer could also be trying to keep it under wraps because the prosecutors are attempting to portray Thug as a former snitch to damage his reputation. Now, when I saw this motion, I'm not gonna lie, I was surprised. But thinking about it, rereading it, going over everything in my head.
Now, y'all know how it is. Y'all know how it is. It's all about who we like. So even with all that information, y'all know it's still gonna be a lot of people like, nah, he ain't say nothing. But see what's going on in trial right now, in Young Thug's trial, his lawyer has filed a motion to not have that paperwork get released. Because if he actually did have a conversation with this cop, you know, the cop that used to be on 48 Hours. Y'all remember that light-skinned dude off of 48 Hours on 48 Hours Atlanta? But I'm gonna play that back a quick time, real quick, because I ain't gonna lie, I was a little distracted sending the text message and I wanted to hear something real quick.
It's 1090 Jake, and I'm rocking with y'all rocking. Within the battlefield of Atlanta's Superior Court, back-to-back bombs have dropped, exposing members of YSL for snitching. Gunna responded in his new song saying he was tricked by his own lawyer and the DA. An audio released by DJ Academics would reveal Young Thug dissed Gunna while speaking with Dirk, and now the king of YSL himself has allegedly stepped on a mine as a piece of his past sent shockwaves through the internet. Young Thug's own lawyer, Brian Steele, would file a motion to keep the prosecution from using a witness, specifically a man named Detective Quinn.
Now, see, what they're trying to do is they're trying to stop the state from using this witness. They're trying to stop the state from using this witness. The witness is gonna be the dude from the first 48. The dude from the first 48. The dude from the first 48, what he's gonna do is he's gonna come up there and tell them how Young Thug gave them some information on a murder. Now that's gonna fuck up that man's reputation. We might have done seen Young Thug on first 48 and I ain't even recognize that nigga. So now that Young Thug is trying to get his lawyers to, because this really don't have nothing to do with nothing. But what they're trying to do is discredit him. If you can get the public from behind him, they might can win this case. I think that's what they're thinking.
The motion would state Detective Quinn wrongfully believes he met with Young Thug in the back of his police car concerning a murder. The motion would further state Young Thug gave information on the murder case. The very thought of Young Thug, who's been portrayed as an Atlanta gang lord using members of YSL to commit murder, who's been named as the 5-star general of sex money murder by a gang detective in the YNW Melly trial, the thought that Young Thug himself may have possibly snitched in a murder case has left fans speechless. Thug's lawyer would state the detective wrongfully believes and may wrongfully state Thug was in the back of his police car and gave information in the murder. The lawyer would claim this is untrue, and because the evidence is not accurate, goes against Thug's character, and is irrelevant in the trial.
So the lawyer is trying to save face. That's all the lawyer trying to do. He's trying to save face. Lawyer trying to save face. He don't want lawyer to be looked at as, as a snitch. Because if he do lose this case, imagine this man having to go through his whole sentence as a snitch.
The evidence must be excluded. But the most suspicious line in the entire motion is not the accusation, it's the last sentence. Supposedly, Young Thug was a very young man at the time of this supposed interaction with law enforcement. If Thug's lawyer is alleging it never happened, why would he mention Thug's age at the time of the incident to the judge, as if his young age would excuse what happened? That last sentence only makes me think there could be more to the story, and obviously with Young Thug's reputation, it's vital for the lawyer to keep that information from making its way to the public. Looking into Young Thug's criminal past, his earliest arrest dates back to 2008 when he broke into a Jeep by breaking the window. But I was unable to find a case of thugs in which Detective Quinn was listed as one of the officers involved. A Google search of Detective Quinn, Atlanta homicide, would bring up none other than David Quinn, the retired homicide detective who could be seen on First 48 and now hosts a true crime TV show titled Atlanta Homicide. Retiring from law enforcement in 2015, this was one of Atlanta's highest decorated detectives who was directly responsible for the investigation that resulted in Atlanta's first successful gang prosecution.
Which is probably that Red Dog shit, that same shit they use in that what's the name nickel shit.
If this is in fact the same detective prosecutors are attempting to bring forth as a witness in the YSL case, it's undeniable his name, along with his reputation and testimony, will hold weight. But what's the purpose? While many were quick to assume Thug snitched, there isn't one detail given as to what he allegedly said to the detective. Unless we're assuming the lawyer wants it hidden because Thug gave up vital information, the lawyer could also be trying to keep it under wraps because the prosecutors are attempting to portray Thug as a former snitch to damage his reputation. Now, when I saw
I just want to go back over that real quick, y'all, so y'all can see what they really trying to do. But at the same time, if he did give up the information, I mean, that's against the street code. That's why I ain't fucking with the street. I ain't fucking with the street. Because now this nigga is caught up in all kind of shit. Now he trying to release albums from jail and shit. Gunna album doing better than his. So the nigga that snitched on you album doing better than yours? But we in a backwards ass world. I ain't lying. Yeah, boy, them Red Dogs, boy, they was hell. Shit. But it ain't just him that's caught up in the RICO, y'all. Let's get on to the next person. We got Quando Rondo. Same shit, y'all. Same shit. Just a different state. No, matter of fact, they in the same damn state. Hold on, let me pull this nigga up. Quando Rondo. Now, this fool, hold on, let me pull this bitch up. Now, you would have thought ever since the whole thing happened with King Von, this boy would have shut his ass down somewhere. But according to reports, and this is not super new, this is like last week. According to reports, Quando Rondo was arrested in Georgia and charged with 1 count of participating in criminal activity affiliated with a street gang, 1 count of illegal use of a cell phone to facilitate a drug deal. Rondo was arrested along with 18 others who are also facing drug charges. We'll give an update as the story progresses. Now, this sounds so familiar. The charges he got sound like the same charges I know a nigga in my city named Kev Lowe got. I swear, these are the same charges Kev Lowe had. Using a cell phone to facilitate a drug deal, all that type shit. Got arrested with 18 others. Now, recently he ended up going to court. And they end up telling, let me let y'all hear, because this be showing y'all how all that rap shit, these niggas just be rapping. Because there was a situation where he got caught up at the mall, at the movies, with his daughters. And he had to call up the gang to come save him. But when he called up the gang just happened to have surveillance on them. So when he called up the gang and they got surveillance on him, he's telling them bring all the guns. Guess what? Now they got your ass caught up in a RICO charge.
Today, WJCL 22 News got their hands on a letter that played a key role in a judge's decision to grant Savannah rapper Quando Rondo bond. We turn now to WJCL 22 News' Nakaya Carrero, who breaks down the letter for us.
In my hand is the letter from an Atlantic Records official vouching for the rapper Quando Rondo, whose real name is Taekwon Bowman, to be released from jail. In one part of the letter, it reads, Mr. Bowman is one of our most important signings in recent years. The letter was written by Lon Ray Gaba, who is the co-president of Black Music for Atlantic Records. She names off his professional accomplishments like his debut album hitting 22 on the Billboard chart, saying Atlantic Records has always been and continues to be confident that Mr. Bowman is only at the start of an incredibly long and promising career. The letter also states that Bowman is financially responsible for his family and lists his contributions to the Savannah community, like a free shoe giveaway at the Hibbett Sports and provide.
So every time a nigga get that RICO, they start wanting to tell about all the good shit they do. But when they rap, they don't want to tell about none of that shit. They want to tell about all the niggas they shot, all the dope they sell.
Uniforms to the Savannah Elite Bullies, a youth football league. In the letter, Gaba states, we understand.
But that's what's up, though. I'd rather a nigga be doing something, though. That's what's up, though. Because those kids could use that help, whether it came from him or not.
That Mr. Bowman is not to be viewed any differently than any other offender in a criminal case. However, it is important to note that Mr. Bowman has the benefit of a strong support system to provide him with the resources and tools he needs to stay on a positive, productive course should he be released. Now, this letter was presented.
Now, that gave a more of a description of what was going on with him. I know I read it out to y'all, but I definitely wanted the news article Also, he went to court the other day, and let's show y'all what happened when he did go to court. In his bond hearing, before they actually gave him that bond.
I understand. Given that, Judge.
Now, before they actually gave him that bond, I want y'all to hear what they had to say.
I'm going to ask the court to take a look. Frankly, my first exhibit is all a record of his previous case. I already had it labeled as Exhibit A. That labeling, of course, won't be appropriate if we don't introduce it, but
there's a need for that to be introduced.
that's fine, Judge. At this point, then, I'd like to introduce a letter from his employer. I've already provided a copy to the state. It's my understanding they have no objection. I'd like to tender this letter.
Amen.
Thank you.
And that is labeled.
Exhibit B.
To me, being an ecopreneur really means one thing.
Hold up, y'all. Y'all know how them commercials just come out of nowhere.
Your Honor, my client is a recording artist, an entertainer, signed to Atlantic Records, starting in just this country. Provided a letter to us. I would ask the court to
Hold on,
There's a
y'all.
question as to whether or not, and this is the third prong of the. Now,
Hold on, y'all. It's the spot right here. I think it's the prosecutor right here that's going to talk about it. My bad.
For the risks. We're going to talk about flight risk. The defense, but everything they thought I was going to say, I'm not going to say. So unfortunately, they just wasted a whole bunch of time.
Okay, so let's do this. You don't say what the defense has said or will present, and the defense will not do that either.
Well, the state is not asking for an ankle monitor. The state is asking that you deny bond.
So they was trying to keep that nigga in there. They was trying to keep that nigga in there.
Let's go over the risks, because that is what we're here for, the risks. We're going to talk about flight risk. Mr. Pine said local hero. He's a local hero. He might be an artist, but he's also a gang member. He's also a narcotics trafficker. He brings in marijuana. We know that.
objection, Your Honor. I'm going to object to the statement that he's a drug trafficker. That's not even an allegation.
He distributes
So
narcotics.
be careful how you characterize it. There has been an indictment returned. The indictment is not proof of anything. It states the allegations, and we are here to determine whether or not he's a risk to have a license.
Yes. And the defense is making the argument that he's a local hero, that he is not a flight risk. He is a flight risk, Your Honor. He's very good at multitasking. While being a performing artist with all these obligations, he's been able to be an active member in the gang, which has been alleged in the indictment. As alleged in the indictment, he's also been able to multitask and bring marijuana and hydrocodone into Chatham County. That's a fact. He said within days he turned himself in. On Thursday, he was notified, and I spoke with Mr. Pine, and he said it. He didn't turn himself in until Friday. The defense wants a
So they mad about the man turning himself in Friday instead of Thursday?
pat on the back that he turned himself in. He had to. There was an active arrest warrant. So yes, he knew on Thursday morning that there was an arrest. He's a flight risk because he has funds available to him. He travels regularly to Atlanta. He spent time in other parts of the country. We have where he's in Los Angeles and in different parts of the country. He is a flight risk to leave this area. Yes, there might be many people here who support him, but he has the ability to leave this jurisdiction.
Now, what is nigga gonna go at? Well, nobody ain't gonna recognize this nigga. I mean, they playing hardball, but they know this man ain't going no damn well. Especially when he's getting let out and he has a record contract.
Is he a threat to the community and property? Yes, Your Honor. The calls that we have show that Mr. Bowman, while at a movie with his daughter, made a phone call to other gang members, other Rolling 60 gang members, and said, there are 1,100 members up here. 1,100 is the opposition, and said, bring your guns here. His words, Your Honor. That is a danger to the community. When you have people coming to a movie theater bringing guns,
You understand?
Yes, ma'am. That is the language that's in the indictment. When they say bring the guns, that's what he was saying. Bring guns to a movie theater because my opponents are here. That's a danger to the community, Your Honor.
I do have that. I understand.
The next one, which the defense was mentioned, that he was saying, don't have guns in the car. That's true. He did say, don't have guns when you pick me up because he's a convicted felon. He can't be in a car with guns. That doesn't mean that he still doesn't have people come with guns when he needs it to be. And again, that's been alleged in the accusation in the indictment. He is a risk to the community. He is also a risk to influence witnesses. There are not 18 other co-defendants on this case. These are fellow gang members. Most of them, some haven't been charged with it, but the majority of them are fellow gang members. We have him as a leadership role. As leadership, he does have power and control under the individuals below him. He can influence them. He absolutely has the ability to speak with them and get them to change testimony, take responsibility. We've seen that time and time again in other cases.
They're pretty much telling them that he's going to go out there and try to get people to change testimony and get out there and, you know, be a flight risk. Right.
So yes, he's a risk to the community. He is a risk to the witnesses, of the intimidation of witnesses. The defense had a very laissez-faire argument about the gang. Oh, it's you know, leadership. He just says contradicting things. The Rolling 60s are currently one of the largest and most violent street gangs in Savannah. That man is the leader of them. That is a danger to the community.
This 4th of July, come and take it all in Ron Affirm.
So pretty much that's his argument for being a danger to the community.
The defense talk about he was buying weed. He was buying it. Yeah, he was. He was buying it from the plug, and they're buying massive amounts of it. Thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. He wasn't buying personal use. This wasn't, I'm going to have fun this weekend. No, they were bringing in pounds of marijuana to Chatham County for distribution. So yes, you can't distribute marijuana until you purchase it. So yes, he was negotiating the prices of marijuana to then sell. We ask that you deny bond. He's a risk to the community, flight risk to intimidation of witnesses, and again, the charges stripped away from whatever Mr. Bowman does for a living. If we look at him as the leader of the Rolling 60s, which he is, and we look at the charges and the threat to the community with the guns, that alone is enough to keep him in. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Pine will give you.
So that was their argument of trying to keep him in there. Now they end up giving him a bond. They gave him $100,000 bond. They gave him $100,000 bond. So I guess that wasn't, you know, that wasn't enough. I mean, I guess that was just enough, you know, to get him out. Hey, to him, his record label, they definitely gonna get him out of there, because why leave him in there with $100,000 bond? And y'all got to milk some money out of this nigga. Yeah. But anyway, like I say, man, these rappers, they crashing out every day for one reason or another. One reason or another. So we got another rapper that really done lost his damn mind. And they just put a warrant out for his arrest. I believe he turned himself in. But this rapper here is a rapper that he got off on a charge last year because Trump pardoned him. And now he's back in the news. Kodak Black, man. And Kodak, man, bro, when y'all see what's going on with Kodak, y'all, I'm going to speed this up just a little bit, but goddamn, boy. But I think his probation officer seen this and they tried to drug test him. He didn't come in for the drug test, and I think they put a warrant out for his arrest. So right now, I think Kodak is going through some kind of breakdown, but listen to him. Y'all tell me what y'all think this nigga on.
Man, I don't really like this stuff. I don't like that. It's like, and run some whole crazy shit. For real. Bro, any celebrities on type of shit. When I have a conversation, bro, I don't talk about drip. don't talk about niggas. I don't give a fuck who it is, man. DJ Khaled was just with me to my house, and he's gonna come to my house. Nobody, no house, nobody. At my house. So like, and he wasn't at my house. He was at the house. And fam, I was talking about real shit, and niggas don't. In fact, I like to talk about weather. I like to talk about fucking animals. I like to talk about all that type of other shit. And come on, man. For real. And I don't try to treat no bitch like he don't play for her pussy minds and none of that shit, you know. And I go time like no coochie. Ain't gonna do none of that and none of that. You know, for real. And I got the whole.
What the hell is this nigga talking about? What the hell is this nigga talking about? What is this nigga talking about?
Another type of sensitivity to the shit. Well, I don't cherish the money because I don't have this shit stripped away from me, you know? Well, I couldn't FaceTime. No, yeah. Well, it's like when motherfucker tell you, man, strip naked and cough. Been down and cough. 3 times for shooting at your manhood and your pride and your integrity and all that shit, you know. And then a script, no matter how much money you got, like 8 times you strip in front of the time, you got to strip. You got to strip because you in 8th playground. I'm saying that shit. I'm saying you can't really do the phone how you want to. You can't do the phone how you want to. You can't sleep on your temple Peter. When everybody on their temple Peter, fam, they gonna slap. There's like what you call it, you can get grill and all that good shit, homie, and everything else, homie. Then you slap your joke and ain't you know some shit, but no matter what you call it, bro. One motherfucker send homie and all that good shit, if rich niggas and all that good shit, slap your joke, do the flap. The real, homie. So I know I'm cherish this shit. I've known struggle, I've known loss, bro. I've known project, I've known all that, bro. I'm all that, I know all that. I ain't never self defeat, but I know, all that. So they ain't sending bots and all that shit. I'm like, oh, you did it, oh, you did it, shit. Like that. But Brucker the play blind. Like, you don't see none of that shit going on, bro. So, let me show y'all what 4.6 is. What's there? And then we turn the camera. Okay. Check it out, bro. Come here. Yeah. What you call it? The mirror. What the fuck is this dark in? When you rip it, because when I go music, you can either sing my project. Your man on powder right now. Your man on powder right now, I mean. And I'm telling you, all this shit. Sure. Y'all funny ass bitch ass people, bro. Y'all need to build back, bro. That's some square motherfucker. Don't let the mirror, don't show the mirror at all. Okay. Just show the motherfucker. See that nigga.
Now y'all can't tell me. I don't know if this should be enough. What the fuck is going on with Yak, y'all? Yeah, I sped him up for fair purposes, but what the hell is going on with Yak, y'all?
You got my other phone right there? My other phone right there? Oh, that's yours? Straight. Turn I'm gonna put the flash. You can hold the flash from your other shit so you can see that nigga.
Bruh, I wouldn't even let a nigga record me like this. You know this nigga out his mind.
No, that's still me. I can't put that shit. I ain't gotta put that shit on that shit.
Y'all think that nigga been shooting up or something? Cause this nigga got a sleeve on his arm. Y'all think that nigga been shooting up?
He already. Only for real, cause it's in me, not only. I got 2 This 4 points, right? Yeah, I tell, because it's just like a lot of you niggas who play games and be like, and feel like you niggas be at medium prisons, low prisons, minimum camps and all that shit. Y'all ain't been to a pen, so suck a dick. Y'all don't even know about this. Don't even say you know about this. Don't even say you know about this, nigga. Fuck. So I'm showing all the people who I know don't know about this. Only the niggas who went to the worst penitentiary. And when I was 1,000 miles away. 1,000 miles away, homie. Cause when the First Step Act came out, and it came out and the White House put it out, but I ain't no shit. Like, I ain't going at it, but I'm going at man. A certain president was in there, and that president test it. And it's like, tell you the truth, bro, this ain't even no shit like to make what you call it. Cause I'm just, let me speak on that. I know this, I was like, damn. I don't be know what's going, cause it's games like the politics. You don't know what's, you don't know who. It's like, is it some fucking Republican Democratic shit? I don't know. Somebody might be a fan of this president, and other shit. But my honor, my code, bro. That's just whatever it is. I know I appreciate, bro. I know what you call it, man. And it's like, y'all wouldn't make it a thing where, well, when I look at it, I'm like, well, all of a sudden, now y'all want to put this shit as a random. I missed a drug test. When nobody notified me. And where nobody notified me, nobody ain't hit my lawyer, nobody ain't hit me, nobody sent no emails or put no hazard alert like he need to come, tell him come, and none of that shit. And I'm getting that. I know that's what y'all already waiting on, but y'all gonna have all this shit before I get to that. Trust me.
What? Man. Y'all tell me what this nigga on, y'all. Please, somebody give me a suggestion what this nigga on. This nigga high is a motherfucking giraffe ass. This nigga geeked up.
So I'm like, damn, what the fuck? How the fuck? What? Then, you know, I'm human, so I kind of went to think, I'm like, damn, like, you know, shit. When my lawyer went pops, I'm in fucking real. I'm in fucking. I know who my real dad is and shit. I respect him. I gotta love him, shit. You know, you brought me up and shit like that, man. But I knew I was growing up, and I ain't gonna say it was his fault, cause it's like it take two. You feel me? And especially like he ain't this one take. I'm gonna tell y'all why I love my real biological father too. So it ain't I never been no shit on putting away that. I'm righteous, bro. I'm righteous. So yeah. Dude ain't never try to run me down when I got paper. Or when I start, he ain't never try to pull up on no shit like, I'm your daddy. Oh, I need money. His whole side, my side, and my side, man. Big. All back my forefathers, there's a lot of kids. This motherfuckers who I could probably meet today, and they probably my brother.
Man, I think this nigga is talking in tongues, y'all. He talking in tongues, y'all. I think whatever the hell that is, then got to him, y'all. Whatever that nigga's soul is sold to.
Brother on my cousin, like, what the fuck? Yeah, all that stuff, whatever. And shit, old boy, you never do that. Oh, you ain't never try to turn a nigga against my OG, homie. Just one time when he was like, man, he just had to come get me. I was a juvenile. I mean, I could say all this shit for a movie. That short film ain't about nothing. Wait till it's movie, and this shit a movie every day for real, right? And just I need everything that's fine. I'm gonna get what I got coming, and that's what that and I'm living for that, and I'm dying for that, and I'm sitting on that, whatever, however. If you could rip it in private, you could rip it in private, you know, situation. Yeah, most definitely. You know, just come in at him. Anyway, and shit. I was in juvenile. I was stuck in it. My release date came, and I was like, my mom, whoever couldn't get me. I was been a man, but I was like underage. And shit, niggas know what's going on. Niggas know what's going on. So I called one of my cousins, like, maniac. and my cousin and shit. Who you know my people kind of shot like damn, then they gotta come get me, bitch. They tell me my bitch if I be here, whatever, they know, and I know still finna take shit. So they watching, you know. I guess they go have to call DCL. But I know I've been able to chill too, man. Yo, man, DCL, man. Like, man, fuck that tell, bro. You gotta come slide. So I mean, I did. And then, yeah, there's Wiz was in that little with me too, and little my nigga.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. Why record this shit? I don't know what that man. We done been listening to this man for what? Damn near 10 minutes now, and I haven't heard not one word this nigga said. I haven't heard not one word this nigga said. Not one word.
Shit crazy, man. You know, my nigga, it's a whole family. He was like, man, it's my nigga shit. You know? Yeah, brother, life and key life. It's a lot of shit. If he hurting the nigga, I cut the nigga, but I just know I gotta keep shit going, bro. It's I need me. God need me. I need him. I wanna know my life and my sins. But if motherfuckers count, you know what I mean? For real. And I ain't finna keep being a sacrificial now. But if I gotta sacrifice myself only for what you call it, bro, I would do that.
What? He said if he gotta be a sacrificial. Yeah, man. They gonna have to
I did it plenty of time for real, which was fucking stupid. This is fucking stupid, bro. And you be like, damn, cut that nigga live, bro. It's how normal as if nigga been on the street. Ain't whatever.
Bro, you ain't been on the street in about 10 years, bro. This man is locked into a mentality where he thinking he's still on the street.
So we like, okay, that old boy, whatever, have him type shit. My daddy. Daddy did he slide, he come back, whatever type shit, whatever, boom. They 10, 16 and nigga. I'm like, shit, y'all boy, all the type shit, whatever, boom. As I dress out and I go to the shit, they don't even let this nigga pick me up. I'm like, man, I know my dad is, but grew up just was never on my shit. So they ripping on some type of time when they realize I prove it. Like, man, sometimes you gotta prove it. And like, man, they told me, like, you gotta go to the social security place. And I'm man, type shit. And I'm telling you, nigga, I ain't gotta discredit no nigga just make me better, homie. If a nigga own that, you probably ain't fucking with me. I know you ain't, but yeah, you scream. Not tell the whole truth. Tell the whole truth when you speak about me, homie. For real. You know what's up with this shit. All you bitch ass niggas up. It's not a nonsense. Right?
Yeah, that's what he meant when he said he was calling on them spirits.
Yeah, man. So. Old boy, if he go to the what you call it, that took a few more days or whatever, however, I go back to the dorm, you know shit. Misery love company, so you know, niggas vibing with you and shit. They don't really want to see you walk out this bitch, cause you know you be the bed.
This nigga think he locked up, y'all. This nigga think he in the street. He think he locked up. This nigga in a mansion somewhere. Head all fucked up.
You be the bed, you rocking, you vibing, scream. Damn, man, shit funny. Alright, bro, cool. So you know, nigga coming back with my juvenile shit on. And shit, you know, leave my niggas here, bro. For shit, like, bitch, you gonna be like, damn, bitch, I thought I was going, what happened? Shit, I act like and way you happy that you back, that you didn't leave and shit, you know, like, they wish the best for you. That's just how I live, bro. So I don't want everybody just open their eyes a little piece for now on, because there's a lot of shit. A lot of times that a lot of niggas who been what you call it, fam. But this whole I'm in talk, and I know that, bro. I'm in talk, bro. I ain't even on no lie shit. I ain't even on shit. my birthday, bro. I went in, bro. I ain't even listening to my album, bro. Pistols and Prayers, bro. When I just dropped this shit, man, I dropped that shit. I dropped that shit on what? May 26. I ain't listened to that shit 2 weeks later. In the back of my Maybach Spring, man. And I'm seriously out of 4 points. Let me see that. I know what's going. So bad. My time, oh well, what you call it? I'm saying that from that age, then I was 17 then. I was 17 then, bro.
He's stuck in another world, y'all. This nigga stuck in a 17-year-old mind. Stuck in prison. Stuck. Man, y'all pray for Kodak, y'all. I don't even want to watch this shit no more. I feel sorry for the brother. I want to talk shit, but I truly feel sorry for the brother. I truly feel sorry for this brother. Man. But y'all, man, that's all we got for right now. I'm going to do the YNW Melly shit by itself because there's so much of that shit. There's a lot going on with that. I need to do a live of the YNW Melly by itself because it's so much going on with that or whatever. So I'm going to hold that for the next live. But I got to get on to my practice or whatever. So I'm going to see you guys a little later on tonight. We got some mess coming on tonight, just to give y'all a warning. Not from my side, but y'all know I will be coming with the truth. So y'all expect some bullshit, and I'll see y'all when it's time for the truth. All right, salute.